If you live in the United States and you live near any type of suburbs, you probably have heard of Trader Joe's. However, if you have not heard of Trader Joe's, it is an American grocery store chain that opened in 1967 and now has over 600 stores. They are well known for their frozen food selection, unique snacks, and fresh produce. Over the years, they have gathered quite a fan base. Some may say almost like a cult like fan base. The level of devotion from many of their customers to strictly shop here for any of their grocery needs had me wondering, does Trader Joe's classify as a cult? In order to determine this, I had to do some research on what exactly makes a cult a cult. Through my research, there seemed to be four underlying themes that just kept popping up. Now, the four themes include: one, a charismatic leader that lacks accountability or is considered the all knowing leader. Two, no tolerance for criticism or questioning about the belief system or the values of the cult. Three, us versus them mentality / isolation. Four, mind control through shame, guilt, or repetitive behaviors. In this video, we will be addressing all four of these items on this list to determine if Trader Joe's could be considered a cult. Now, I would like to preface this, don't get me wrong, I have shopped at Trader Joe's. I have also fallen victim to this cult. The cookie butter ice cream had me in a literal chokehold for about a year and a half. So, I'm not saying that they are all bad or they are the worst store to shop at. However, through my research for this video, I did start to really question their integrity and what exactly they are about. So let's just get into it. Number one, charismatic leader, leadership that is the all knowing and lack accountability. When addressing Trader Joe's leadership style, I think it is crucial to bring up the union busting practices that they have been accused of for several years now. A union consists of an organized association of workers that come together to advocate for their rights, benefits, and improve working conditions. This can be done through protests, petitions, etc. Trader Joe's has been accused on multiple different occasions of actively trying to punish those that join these unions. In an article called Corporate Union Busting in Plain Sight, they had mentioned that they've been accused of firing union activists, supporters, and they have reinforced policies several times to punish those who have or are supporters of the union. One of the first major instances of this was in 2022. During this time, they allegedly fired a union supporting worker and they prohibited employees from sharing pro union information. They also had one on one meetings with their employees in several different locations, basically explaining that they should not support the union. And if they do, might not be too great, might not be in their best interest. In another article that consisted of several interviews of either current Trader Joe's employees or past Trader Joe's employees, these employees had mentioned that Trader Joe's had increased the amount of hours that they would have to work in order to receive health care. Many employees also reported that managers treated people very inappropriately, such as sexual harassment and homophobic remarks while they were working there. They also reported that during COVID, they did increase their wages, but once COVID was over, they decreased their wages back down. Due to all of this mistreatment, some stores, such as one in Chicago, have agreed to unionize. Overall, the majority has agreed to do this, but the company is forever stalling on legal efforts for this to be made possible. Now, if all of this is true, this is absolutely unacceptable and definitely paints Trader Joe's in a different light. I would say, with the way that they have handled the employees, and it seems like the way that they have handled management at individual stores, it seems like Yes, they would classify as leadership that lacks accountability and is completely against any type of criticism or suggestions. They've got it. They know it's best. We don't need to be doing all this. Is basically what they're saying. Moving on to number 2, no tolerance for criticism or questioning beliefs or the values that the cult holds. Now, if you go onto Trader Joe's website, their mission statement says, at Trader Joe's, values aren't just great deals and great products, they're also the values we live by. But what about all the product recalls over the years? Huh? If they value their products and their customers and market their products as being healthy or as being good alternatives for their customers, then why are there so many recalls on all of their products? Okay, all is a bit excessive. However, I feel like within the last 3 or 4 years, it feels like every other month I am hearing Trader Joe's has to recall something. So let's just go down the list real quick here. In 2023, they had to recall several different types of cookies, such as the almond windmill cookies and the dark chocolate chunk almond cookies, due to potentially having rocks in them. Rocks, pebbles, stones, rocks. How in the hell do rocks get into cookies? I can't comprehend that. Also, in 2023, they do recall broccoli cheddar soup containers for potentially being contaminated with bugs. Bugs. Insects. Bugs. Just to be clear, I said bugs. In 2025, they had to recall several products such as their Moonlight Peaches, their Cajun Chicken Alfredo frozen dinners, their turkey cobbler wraps, their Vampire Slayer cheese curds, all because of a risk of having a dangerous amount of listeria, which is a bacteria that can make you very, very sick and that can even kill you in terrible cases. It can give you sepsis, it can give you meningitis. It's terrifying. And one of the latest recalls that I've heard about is a lot of their frozen food potentially having fragments of glass in their bags, such as the vegetable fried rice. Um, I know some of their soup dumplings have been recalled. At this point, I just feel like it's getting a little out of hand. And that's not even all of the recalls that have happened over the years. Those are just the main ones that I remember hearing about. So, why does Trader Joe's get so many recalls? The answer is we don't know due to how secretive they are about what goes on behind the scenes, which we will get into later about their minimal transparency regarding their food sourcing. So, number 2, no tolerance for criticism or questioning belief of the cult's values. I'm going to say yes. With the way that they have handled these recalls, I will give Trader Joe's their flowers where they are due. They do post on their site the recalls that have taken place. However, other than that, they remain pretty quiet about it and remain pretty secretive about their practices, almost so where it makes it even more concerning about what will be found in a product next. But let's move on to number 3, us versus them mentality, isolation from others. When you walk into a Trader Joe's, all of the shelves have product under the Trader Joe's brand. Trader Joe's markets the majority of their products with their name attached to it. And when consumers typically think of Trader Joe's, they typically think of their products having a higher quality, potentially being healthier, and also just unique. This encourages consumers to shop here exclusively and continue to come back out of fear that no other grocery store is going to have their favorite items. And consumers that have shopped here for a long time, they develop trust of this brand and they think that this brand is delivering a good product and this product isn't like other products. Trader Joe's implements the us versus them mentality by copycatting other brands, putting their name on that product, and encouraging their consumers to purchase that product alone. Shopper at Trader Joe's may be unaware that they can get this product somewhere else and it be pretty much almost the identical product. However, Trader Joe's has become very good at taking a product that sells well in other stores and simply just changing the label a little bit, changing the container, and saying, hey, this is our product. Buy our product. Our product is better than the other products in the other grocery stores that you're seeing. This is a Trader Joe's product. This is exclusive. One story that stuck with me about how bad Trader Joe's copycats other products was through a taste article regarding Brooklyn Deli brand. It is a condiment company who the owner, Shitra Agrawal, I really am sorry if I am absolutely demolishing the pronunciation of that name. She created a condiment company with several different flavors, and she was even willing to partner and work with Trader Joe's. She had even met with them and gave samples of some of her products. Then, shortly after, Trader Joe's cut off communication with her and did not disclose any further information on what they planned to do. Well, turns out they took her product and marketed it as their own. Here I've provided a picture of both of these products, and you see the similarities. So not only is Trader Joe's working with large companies and keeping that on the hush hush, they are also stealing from smaller companies as well. And I feel like this reiterates that us versus them mentality of like, here, this is our product with our name on it. This is better than the other versions, even if those versions were technically came first. And I feel like this us versus them mentality through brand loyalty, the way that their stores are set up, they're meant to be a friendly, happy atmosphere. However, I don't know if anyone who has been in a Trader Joe's is well aware of the chaos of the absolute battleground that place is. There's no flow of traffic, none. I've never heard an excuse me in my entire life. The aisles are small, the aisles are tight. It is very hard to get around. And it's all in all just not a fantastic place, okay? Every time that I have ever entered that store, I have felt overstimulated, immediately sweaty, and I want to leave. I'm not feeling the joy. I'm not feeling the happy. But anyway, sorry, I digress. I'm starting to just reflect on my own personal experience. Let me get back to the points here. Number 4, mind control through shame, guilt, or repetitive behaviors. Trader Joe's really does have a high percentage of consumer loyalty. However, part of that is due to scammy practices. For example, many of its customers are unaware that Trader Joe's branded products are secretly supplied by major chains. To name a few, their Very Green juice is actually made by the same people that make Naked juices. Most of their salad kits are made by Taylor Farms. Their pistachios are from the Wonderful Pistachios brand, and so on. And the only reason this is public knowledge now for these products is due to the recalls. And I believe this is mind control because they have their brand slapped on every product in that store. And they're keeping their consumers in the dark of where these products are actually coming from. And maybe if they knew that, they may not want those products. Based off of data that was collected using the American Consumer Satisfaction Index, which compared to other grocery stores, they have received the top score for consumer satisfaction. See, the reason that we know Trader Joe's is linked to these large suppliers is only through recalls because, due to the company being privately held, it's not required to disclose its suppliers. However, when there is a recall through the Food and Drug Administration, it reveals what the issue was as well as who originally made the item. So, the ultimate question, does Trader Joe's classify as a cult? Based on the 4 criteria provided? I believe they do. Firmly, I'm going to say yes, they are, in fact, a cult. So, the overall takeaway here is if you like shopping at Trader Joe's, you like going there, you like their products, that's totally fine. Continue to shop at Trader Joe's. I just think it's overall important for consumers to be as educated and informed as possible about what they are purchasing or consuming. And I think that a lot of brands are not exactly transparent and 100% honest about their business practices and what they are providing as a service or a item. And I think we shouldn't take things at face value as this is being sold to us as being healthy or different than the other products. I think that we should do our own research on things and look at labels and not just buy something because of the brand in general. I think that's a good point. And I don't think that Trader Joe's is the only grocery store that could be a cult. I feel like, Costco and Sam's Club, like Costco, you got to get lined up behind a wall like a criminal and take a picture before you can even enter the building. So don't get me wrong, I don't think Trader Joe's is the only one guilty of this. But I do think, especially now more than ever, transparency among businesses and consumers is more important than ever, is crucial. So overall, if you liked this video, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. It is always appreciated. I will continue to try to post at least once a month. I kind of slacked already. And if you wish to find me on any other social medias that I'm just posting art on, it is the same username everywhere. Well, thank you for watching and happy creating. And if anything, I hope you were able to maybe have a fun doodle while you watched it, while you listened to this. Anyways, that is all. Bye.